Sitting in our room, wide awake and dreaming, running scheming, topics on the wall.
So great. So this week, or this thing, whatever, it's Quail.
Yeah.
Right.
Which fun fact, is the less robust compared to the common partridge in a pear tree.
I read that too, because there's like whatever, Old World and New World.
Yeah.
Old World quail, I thought looked like a dodo bird, just with a different beak. And then New World quail is the nice, colorful thing that doesn't really fly, that's got like a little bell on its head.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really common. They're real common in like
North America.
Yeah, basically.
They're
North America.
they're also very common in Japan. There's a whole species of quail in Japan.
Yeah, there's.
I believe there's some in Europe.
I don't know
as
if
well.
those are. Well, Europe is the Old World one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Or I was talking about. But yeah, I just thought it looked like a dodo bird.
It does.
Because it's fat.
Fun fact: quail eggs are very much like fingerprints in the sense that no two quail eggs actually come out the same.
Interesting.
And they camouflage their eggs, like most birds try to do, but they actually have different camouflaging techniques depending on the color of the egg. So, like, if it's a lighter color egg, they will actually try to blend it in with, like, a light-colored background. Where if it is a dark-colored egg, they will try to make it contrast with the background so it looks less egg-shaped.
Huh.
Like, in the same sense that, like, U.S. military members wear camo, because it distorts your shape as a person. Not that it actually helps you blend into the trees, it just makes you look not like a person.
You know, quail overseas fly.
Really?
Yeah, I read that. They have a migration.
Huh.
I was like, what?
I mean,
Sorry.
migratory patterns of quail. Also, what happened to our quail? Why are they so crappy?
Oh.
Why are our quail the
Because they
lesser
shot
quail?
it and they ate it and they said it's kind of pudgy too. We'll call it quail. It's a hunting bird.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was interesting that they are stealthy creatures, like all pretty much creatures other than humans. The males are the flashier. It is true.
I know. It's just
male
like all
species-
creatures other than humans.
Because in most species, male are smaller, colorful, and they're designed to attract a mate, where the female species tends to be frumpier and bigger for, like, childbearing.
Well, yeah. Have you ever it's like old world statues though.
Yeah.
Like women have like enormous
Hips and bosoms.
Bosoms, yes. There.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like in the hips and like stomach area are really big, and it's
Yeah, I would have been
women.
super hot in Victorian era.
What is it that you said? We're
we're childbearing softer.
No. You said something like we're
we're hardy.
hardy women. That's what it was. We survive winters and will bear you many children. Yeah. Because I mean, yeah,
that used
I've
to be.
definitely got the hips for it, for sure.
Yeah, no, like that used to be a major attraction thing, and nowadays they're like, and we're getting away from
It's
the
the thigh
anorexia look, but everyone
thigh
wants
gap.
the thigh gap, and my thighs don't gap. My thighs have not gapped since.
My thighs will gap, but it's like there's no gap because of the curve of my thigh, and then there's a tiny one.
See, and that's hot. People are into that.
I guess, but it's slowly going away.
I don't think I've
As I
ever
sit
had
more.
a thigh gap. Even as a kid, I don't think there has been space between my thighs.
Oh no, I've never had a lot.
Yeah.
Like if it's there, it's because that's what I'm looking for, and I'm standing a certain way, and I see just a teeny bit of light, and I'm like, oh hey, cool, I have a kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
other than that, my thighs are just there.
No, I have Italian ancestry, so my thighs are thick. Like you could use them as bludgeoning weapons if you were to remove them from my torso.
I have African American ancestry, so my backside and thighs are just there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I have the curvature and thick calves. I have calves that people would kill for. I do.
That's true.
Yeah, I have the strong, like.
I mean, also, Irish. I don't know if that does anything.
Oh, that makes you pale and adverse to sunlight.
I'm aware of that. I just meant like with curvature and so it varies so much over there that I'm like, I don't think that really.
No. Yeah. It just means you're more likely to have been inbred.
That's fair.
Yeah. We try not to think about that.
I am from an area where that's not impossible.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I know my parents ain't related. That's not a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
no,
it's beyond that I'm like...
I have at least a good 2 to 3 generations back before I'm like...
Well, I think you're one of the people people sometimes ask me why I left my hometown, and usually I say it as a joke, but I'll be like, well, because every time we went to Walmart, my mama said, that's your 5th cousin, and that's your 3rd cousin, and that's your 4th cousin, and I was like, am I not related to anyone here? I can't date anyone. I can never get married. No. I have to leave. I'd have to go to another part of the country.
Okay, see, the thing is that my family, like, especially my dad's side of the family, is relatively small. Like the clan of my paternal last name, they're very small people. There are very few of those. The issue is that my spouse's side of the family is from the same area that early generations of my mom's side of the family came from to colonize the U.S.
Yeah, but that's not... I mean...
Yeah,
but I mean, it's
yeah.
I understand where you're coming from.
It always makes me nervous. I'm like, oh man, this is why I wanted to not marry a white guy.
Well, did you ever see, like, did you ever see, there's like a show or something that they did like some kind of DNA thing, and they found out these 2 kids were they were married.
Like, they were half siblings.
They were like brother and sister, and it's because they were both put up for adoption or something. Mm-hmm. And it was like they were like, well, I guess I think they stayed together because they didn't really know what to do. They were like, we still love each other.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna stay together. I think they said, we're not gonna have kids.
Yeah.
I think they
which
were
seems reasonable.
Yeah, I think they were gonna like adopt or something like that. They were like, we're not gonna have kids, but we're gonna stay together because it doesn't really change anything. Yeah. Like it kind of does, but not really. I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah. No.
If I found out like, oh, this guy is a brother that my mom was pregnant with as a teenager. Like
yeah. Well, okay. You also come to it from a different perspective than me because you do not have siblings. Or at least, like, I think you have a step-sibling?
I guess, but it was late enough that I don't really care.
Right. Where I grew up with a sibling that I'm full-blooded to. And while she is also female, so there's an assortment of reasons on why we're not attracted to each other. But essentially... I can also see that growing up with someone would also change your perspective of that person because you would have to see them going through all the terrible, obnoxious, like, preteen nonsense and teenage shenanigans where, like, meeting someone as an adult, like, for sure, as an adult, if I had known my spouse when he was a teenager, I'd probably think he was a twat. And if he had known me when I was a teenager, he'd probably think I was a total C-word.
Yeah, okay.
So, like, I get where, like, if you've never known each other and you met late in life and then you happen to find out that you were siblings, because you are attracted to people like you tend to... Although I thought it was a scientific thing where we're fundamentally attracted to people with different... like stomach chemistry, like stomach bacteria.
No idea.
Because you want someone who's going to have different bacteria than you, so that way you both make like a stronger child together. Because then they have more immunities than like if they just kept having the same genetics over and over again. Because inbreeding does make weaker offspring.
It does.
But yeah, like so it's
not recommended.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's interesting. I'd like to believe for sure I would never be attracted to someone I was related to. Because... Ew.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gross. Yeah, if you know.
Well,
sure.
Yeah. But like, if you don't know, like, my spouse has blue eyes and dark curly hair, and I have blue eyes and kind of wavy blondish hair. and we both look very German.
Yeah, for sure.
So, essentially, we could be related if, like, someone didn't know we were married. They could be like...
Oh, I guess,
like,
but I
because
wouldn't.
because we generally have the same build. So, like...
No, I would not make that assumption.
Yeah, that's fair. We do have very different noses.
Well, it's not that... Well, yeah, like, you have very different features, other than the blue eyes.
Yeah, and even those, we have distinctly different shades of blue eyes.
Yeah, you guys definitely look different. I would think of you more as English, and him more as... Okay, German, fine.
Yeah.
But, like...
Yeah.
I would not. No, I'm sorry, but
no.
Yeah,
but I've also met couples that I'm like,
yeah,
where they look absurdly similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is strange sometimes, but like, I don't know.
But it's one of those things where I'm like, well, yes, I look like a generic white person, and this person looks like a generic white person. We must be related.
We all look the same.
We all look the same.
All white people look the same.
No, you're a special breed of white person. You're a ginger.
I know, I'm almost albino. I'm one step away.
No, I don't know. You have the freckles. I'm closer to the scary pasty than you.
But you have very nice porcelain skin. To me, anyway. I always like it. I mean, I don't want to get rid of the freckles. I don't know. I just...
Yeah.
I'm not against it, but it's the growing up and always hearing, do you connect the dots? Do you count them when you wake up? It's like those questions that you never, ever... Like, you don't want to be mad at people because you're like, you mean well, and you're just trying to be funny. But also, I hear this from everyone all the time.
Well, yeah.
Kind of like this girl... His girl worked today. Like, she didn't mean it in a mean way. She was just kidding. But I was wearing this sweater, which says Merry Christmas on it.
And has the Super Friends.
Yeah, it does. Because I just wanted a sweater because it was cold. Yeah. And this is what I pulled out of my hamper. And I was like, this is fine. And so I just went to work in this. And she said, like, Holly's feeling jolly. She said, have a holly jolly Christmas. And I was, no, like, at first... They were like, oh my gosh, you're not in the Christmas spirit, right? And I was like, no, not yet. And she just kind of giggled, and I was like, nope, stop it right there. I know exactly what's coming. And then she said, like, Holly's feeling jolly. And she was like, have a holly jolly Christmas. And I was like, nope, I'm gone. Bye. And I just went back to my desk, and she was like, I wasn't trying to be mean. I was like, I know you weren't. I just didn't want to stick around for it. And she was like, I know, I just haven't grown up with your name. And I was like, it never stops. Like, I like that song, but it's like, I secretly like that song because I never want anyone to talk to me about it. You know what I mean?
Yep, no. Well, as someone who has a really messed up spelling of their name, having to explain it my whole life, while my father, who picked the spelling, has not actually told me the reason he spelled it this way. Now, I have theories.
Just to make you miserable.
I have theories, and I have, like, things that make sense. But at the same time, every time someone's like, how do you spell your name? And I'm like, with an H at the end of it. Like, how do you spell it? It is Cerrah. Oh my gosh, that's such a unique spelling of Sarah.
Do you want me to take that out? Cause
I don't care. It. That's fine. Okay. I changed my name on social media, so it's fine.
That's true.
But I had to change my name on social media because when I was online dating, people could track me down.
That's true.
And find not only my voting registration, but where I lived.
That's creepy.
Yeah. So it was one of those things that I was like, well, this is gonna change.
I mean, at least I know why my name's weird.
Well, yeah, and
but I have so many weird in my name, and it's so fun to just be like, no, you spelled that one wrong, and that one, and the last name right. No, it's all spelled wrong. I'm sorry.
Right. Well, yeah, because mine is essentially the same too. Where no one, I went to school where my principals would not say my full last name. I'm not going to say my full last name. But, like, they would cut it off and mumble the rest of it, and it's spelled phonetically, so I'd just be like, that's not how you say that.
It's not hard.
Right, and then my middle name is spelled also weird, but it's also spelled differently than the common.
Yeah, but, like...
It's cute. It's not an uncommon spelling.
No, it's not. But it would be easy to... Okay, whatever.
It looks very pretty written out.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But, like, who doesn't pronounce it?
No, like, they would get the and they would just mumble the rest of it, and I'm like...
That's ridiculous. It's not like
That's not how
Ladasha
Oh my god.
with the dash in it. Like, that one, like, it's creative. But when I heard it, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, somebody tried saying, because it does remind you kind of like,
like Lala or something like that.
Is it like a Hawaiian name that has like usually the apostrophes in it?
Yeah.
Kind of remind me of that. Like somebody tried to call her like La or something, and the mom was like, it's Ladasha, and I was like, that's cool and creative, but oh my god, she's gonna have to explain that her whole life.
Well, and more importantly, if they were gonna call it the name appropriately, it would be La Hafina.
Oh, that's true. You're right though. A dash is
it's a hyphen.
Two?
Yeah.
Is dash like
dash is technically two. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're right. Oh well, it's whatever.
But yeah, just essentially her name would actually be La Hafina, which is interesting.
It's like naming somebody Hortensia. That's what I thought of. Which I'm not completely against if it's always said completely.
Yeah.
Or somebody called her like Tenny.
Yeah.
But like as I don't know why. I've heard this from some people that like women tend to think of nicknames that their kids are gonna have, and men don't really. Yeah. So like when a woman thinks of a nickname, so like Hortensia, my nickname, or at least she's gonna be teased. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I kind of like the name, but I can't do it to my kid. Whereas something like Eleanor, I actually like that name, and the kid would be Ellie, and I'd be totally fine with that. And you know, you can't always prevent everything. Like, obviously, there's words that rhyme, but like, it's not so kind of. I don't know if obvious is the right word, but you know, it's not something you can readily grab a hold of. And I'm like, that's
just
key.
like Holly is not one that I mean, other than like the Christmas nonsense, but like it's hard
they
to
did.
like
They did. They found things. Not kids. Adults.
Oh,
there's a lot of rhyming.
Yeah, I get a lot of Sare Bears.
I was called Holly Dolly for the longest time. I hated it.
Oh, that is
utterly. Like I got used to it as I got older, but it was always. It seemed
like,
always
in the back of your mind. You're like, you're on the list of people I kill when I take over the world.
No, it wasn't that. It was just that when it was used, it was usually used in like a teasing kind of you're being stupid way.
Yeah.
And I always hated that because I don't know. As a kid, I felt like I didn't understand a lot of things, and I didn't know why. Like I was just like
because you were.
No, it's not that. It's before that even when I was in like school. But like, I don't know. For some reason, a lot of the time, I was like, I understand things when I'm with my parents, but for some reason, when I get put with anybody else, like, I get teased because I'm stupid, and I'm like, I'm not being stupid. I just don't know what you want me to do because at my house this isn't a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Or like I'm like, I don't know how to behave because I don't have siblings. I play alone. Leave me alone.
Aww.
Like, what do you want me to do?
Aww.
Well, you need to go do this thing. Why?
Yeah.
Like, that was always my question. I'm like, you're not my parent. Why?
Yeah.
Like, well, you're gonna help us do this. I don't know how. Like, I don't know what's happening. I want to go to my dad. You can't go to your dad's.
Yeah. Yeah,
So is that.
I had the opposite effect. I was always kind of the smart ass. And I was always kind of a know-it-all, but I was the younger sibling. So I got to watch my sister, like, crash and burn. And I'd go, now I know.
Well, that's fair. Well, like, I just didn't understand. I think... I don't know. Sometimes I think I just didn't understand what was going on because things weren't explained. It was kind of like
you were not good at like reading the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never. Well, I've gotten better as I've gotten older, but like I've never been really great at that.
See, I got really good at reading the room. I was really bad at like expressing how I felt. So I got really good at like watching other people and watching how they react, which is probably why I have like more theatric reactions to things because I'm like, oh, they did this in a movie once. This makes sense.
Well, I've been told. I found out today that I'm more expressive than I think I am because apparently I rolled my eyes. I had no idea. Like the kid said, like he was like, yeah, when I did that, you rolled your eyes at me, and I was like, I did. Like it was fine. It was well meaning.
Yeah.
It was like a tease.
Yeah.
But it was like Oh, I was like, oh, I had no idea. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to do that. I just didn't know it happened.
No, you're expressive. You tend to be more mellow, but you have, like, subtle expression, and you do definitely have the sass.
Yeah, I've been told.
Like, you have a good sigh.
Yeah, great, I'll be perfectly passive-aggressive and they'll hate me.
Oh my god.
Great, one day when I get married, I'll be so passive-aggressive and they will hate me forever. I'm gonna be that person.
They won't hate you.
That's awesome.
But being passive-aggressive, I guess, is technically better than being, like, aggressive-aggressive?
I don't know, I've tried to get better where I like to settle things here now because I hate the waiting. Well, and I don't like dragging things out. I don't like the feeling of, like, holding something in. So I'm like, no. So even if people are like, I don't want to argue about that right now, I'm like, no, we're figuring this out because this is a problem.
See, we've had this conversation. I'm very much middle class waspy family. Like, I will hold the rage, and then as soon as we're alone, I'm like, so the entire ride home, I'm going to berate you.
Yeah.
For that one thing that you said, like, 40 minutes into the party we were at.
This freaking girl. Yeah. Yeah.
I will hold it and be like,
that's terrifying. That's what moms do.
It's like, that's noted. Ding.
I always hated that as a kid. Like, I hated that. We'll talk about this on the way home.
Yeah,
it's like, we're going home in 2 hours. Can we go to the bathroom and hash it out now?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna hold on to it, and I'm going to think about it, and I'm gonna spend the rest of my evening thinking about that as we go around, and I'm gonna smile, and I'm gonna pretend like everything's fine.
I can't handle that.
Yeah,
that scares the shit out of me.
I know I'm a monster, but, like, I'm definitely that person.
Jeez.
I also, like, I remember every little thing. Like, I remember you told me this version of the story last time, and
you
somehow
remember a lot of stuff. It's scary. I don't know how you do it. I mean, I try, but I have to write notes.
Oh yeah, no, like, well, the thing is I do have, like, an absurd amount of notes, and, like, I have calendars full of indicators.
But you have, like, a crazy. I mean, maybe it's because you're a good friend, but you just have, like, a crazy, like, memory of, like,
that one
things
time
that people like or things.
Yeah,
like stuff like that, and I'm more like, I think.
Well, like
I don't know if I'm just a horrible fucking friend, which is possible.
You're a really good friend, because I know I'm a weird psychopath that can remember all these like, obscure knowledge things. But, like, for example, when we were at the dinner with the guy that you were sort of trying to date that didn't really work out.
Yeah.
That when we talked about when they did the best friend test, and you were like, "Oh yeah, Sarah's favorite song is Missy from Airborne Toxic Fit," and I was like, she remembers.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, so I remember like weird things, one-off things that people say, but I won't remember, like, your favorite food.
Yeah.
And so, like, the other day I was thinking, I was like, I should buy her candy. I was like, wait, I can't. I don't remember anything. Like, that happens to me all the time. I'm like, I want to get them something, and then I'm like, I don't remember, but I know they said they needed this, but that's expensive right now.
Well, yeah.
It's always like that. It's like, I know what they need, but I can't remember what they want.
Well, yeah, for you, I would always go for, like, sour candies, gummy candies.
That's fair.
There are chocolates I would go for. I know you like chocolate-covered raisins.
Because I'm a weirdo.
Yeah,
yes, Raisinets are my jam.
But, like, my first instinct, I would definitely find you something sour and gummy first, and then I would move on to chocolate.
I would get you chocolate.
Yeah.
That would be my first thing. I'd be like, chocolate for sure.
Yeah.
Because I know she likes it.
I like red licorices. I don't like actual black licorice, is hot garbage. But, like red licorices, I'm more of a fan of.
Fair enough.
But, like, I am a chocolate person. Most everything chocolate I am down for.
I would probably get you something salted caramel too. I know you like that stuff.
I do like salted caramel. I like sweets in general. So, like, most things that you could give me that are sweet, I'm gonna be like, yes. All right, what you got? I'm less likely to go for sours. Every so often I'll be like, I need this, but I'll aim for more like sour Skittles or like a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah.
And I will have like a tiny bag of it, and I'll be like, I am good for like another year.
Yeah, I usually try to, whenever I go to like a grocery store and I buy crap, usually I get like a chocolate thing, and then I also get like a tart or sour thing.
Yeah.
And then I have like a base, which is usually like a pasta or something that I eat raw for some reason.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
You do eat your
I have
your pasta raw.
weird tendencies, but that's my snackage, man.
No, I dig it.
Or I buy something with cheese on it.
Ooh, I do like cheese. I'm
oyster crackers are good, like especially the flavored ones.
Yes. And you like your chicken biscuits. Although you don't eat those anymore, do you?
Nope. I won't. No, because it does have like chicken in it.
Okay.
So I can't do that one.
Oh. Because I thought about that, and as soon as I said it, I was like...
I'm actually really terrified to look it up. So there's, at a restaurant that I won't name, they label, like, what pastas and soups are vegetarian, and one that they have is, like, this mac and cheese.
Oh.
It's not labeled veggie, and I don't know why. I've been trying to figure it out. Because I'm like, the other soups are, like, tomato soup, and then there's, like, some other veggie one that's labeled with, like, a veggie thing or something.
Yeah.
And then, like, the noodle place does that too.
Yeah.
But, like, the mac and cheese for some reason is not labeled vegetarian. And I'm terrified to look it up because I love it.
Yeah.
Like, I
like, you just don't want to know.
No, because I like to order it, and I'm like, this is fucking delicious. And so
I wonder if they only do, like, well, unless the tomato soup doesn't... Would the tomato soup have the milk in it? Would it be more of a tomato bisque, or is it like a tomato soupy soup?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Because the next step would be is that maybe the V stands for vegan, and it doesn't have any of, like, the other stuff in it.
Maybe.
And that might be a factor, because, of course,
but I think
mac
it
and
says
cheese,
when you hover, it says vegetarian.
Well, yeah.
Like, I think that's the key.
Well, because that would be the next step, because, like, obviously mac and cheese would not be vegan, or at least not easily be vegan, because it's made with dairy.
Like... Maybe the deal is that it, like, touches something else or something.
True.
Maybe
and it is made with dairy, so it's less, I don't
know. I'm not knowingly eating meat, and that's all I care about.
Yeah.
And I'm not eating, like, a meat substitute that still looks like bacon or tastes like bacon or whatever. Yeah. I don't care. So I guess that's all I really care about. I want to be blissfully unaware, at least for now, because I'm like, I really
it's mac
like
and cheese. Like, what could they have?
Well, and they have a pasta too that's not labeled, and I'm like, I don't understand why, because it's pasta covered in cheese sauce, and I'm like, it's like cheese sauce and spice, and I'm like, I don't know what.
I don't.
Maybe it's just not everything. Maybe like because mac and cheese is like separate.
Yeah.
From regular soup.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. Maybe they just label the soups because like a lot of soup has like chicken in it and stuff.
Or they'll use a chicken broth or whatever. Right. Because like I could make a killer vegetable soup. It would have chicken broth in it.
That's the most annoying thing is going to a grocery store and like looking at the soup and there's vegetable soup and it's got beef broth in it. So there's vegetarian vegetable soup and I'm like.
No.
Okay.
I used to work. Well, I worked at a conference center, and our restaurant, which was phenomenal, would have like veggie options because it's a high end buffet essentially is what it was, and then one time the only veggie option we have was this beautiful split pea soup, and it looked amazing, and I'm not a split pea soup person, but I was like, okay, cool, it's a solid like fall vegetarian option, and we have salad bar and everything else, so they'll be cool. And then the chef came out and garnished it with bacon.
No!
And he just garnished it, and it wasn't like it was made with chicken broth or something. I was like, that was our one vegetarian option. Why did you just do that? And he looked at me, and he looked at me like I was just the biggest piece of crap. And I was just sitting there staring at him going, Why? I'm at the front end of this. I have to hear these people complain constantly about our lack of vegetarian options. And we had something that was decent and, like, pretty good. And you just threw bacon in it. And don't get me wrong, like, me as not a vegetarian, I was like, bacon.
Right.
But, like, coming from someone who is a vegetarian, I'd be like, we also had, like, the best, summer squash bisque or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, the bisque there were fantastic. And every so often they do, like, a lobster bisque or whatever, but I was like, really good. And any time they'd be like, we're doing a bisque today, I'd be like, excuse me while I go get a disposable coffee cup and fill it with soup and then just slowly slurp through my shift. It was perfect during the fall, too. That was my favorite thing to do.
So, This kid I work with,
Uh-huh.
he's new. He's been trying to ruin things for me. Because he found out that I'm a vegetarian. I don't, like, announce it to people because I'm not that person.
Yeah.
I mean, I announce it to my family if there's, like, an event. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm coming for Thanksgiving. Also, I'm not eating meat. Oh, okay. We'll figure something. We'll make, like, mashed potatoes or something. Okay, great. You know, that I'll announce so in advance. Like, maybe they don't have just chicken and turkey and ham.
Well,
but, like...
Okay,
or something covered in bacon.
So what's your, not to like derail, but like what's your travel plans for Thanksgiving? Because maybe we could do that one, because I would never touch it, but we could do that like mushroom loaf, and if we could pre-make it and pack it in a tin, and then you could just throw it in the oven when you get there as like a vegetarian offering. I could help you do that if you want to take something with you.
Nah.
Okay,
good.
Cool.
My family's pretty much got the menu planned out.
All right, I thought
maybe next time, but at the moment I'm just like, no.
Because we were looking at a couple different vegetarian options the other day. But I if you ever want help actually cooking,
I know.
I'd be happy to help.
I know how to cook. I'm fine. I'm fine.
You know how to make mac and cheese.
I can cook some things. I know how to make things. I just don't do it because it's me. I don't care. Anyway, so...
You could at least get a crock pot.
Nope.
Do some vegetable soup.
Don't care enough.
And then you can have it prepackaged to take it to work with you.
So this kid that I work with, he was talking about... We were talking about lunch one day or something, and I told him, like, what I usually get from a place, and then he said something about chicken.
Yeah, adding chicken to it or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, at some point we discussed turkey, at some point we discussed chicken. And he was, like, asking, because we were trying to figure out what to order, and he was, like, asking if I wanted this stuff. I was like, nah, I'm fine. And he was like, well, they also had turkey to that. And I was like, that's weird. Like, I meant that legitimately. Yeah. It's like, even if I ate turkey, I'd be like, that's weird. Yeah. But, like, at some point, like, he was like, oh, you want to get chicken? And I was like, no, I'm fine, thanks. And he's like, do you not eat meat? And I was like, no. And he was like, oh, okay. So now, like, whenever I do something, I'm going to eat something, he's like, you know that has animal product in it? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, wait, you're not vegan. I'm like, yeah, nice try. Because I was using a hand lotion or something. He's like, that's got animal products in it. And I was like, that sucks. I need hand lotion. Yeah. Like, I hope they didn't die. Yeah. Like, if it's milk, I don't care. But, like, you know. Yeah. Like, I'm like... Like, the fact that they use horse hooves for glue? Yeah, something like that. Or, like, things where, like, stuff with eggs in it. Yeah. And he's like, he says something, I'm like, I eat eggs. Yeah. Like, I don't mind eggs because they're not necessarily fertilized. You're not killing anything. Yeah. I mean, even if they were, you know, I don't have to worry about a bird growing in my fridge, you know? Yeah. It's not like that. That's not a fear. Yeah. So, no, like, they're unfertilized. They're, if I was getting fresh eggs from you know, regular hens or something like that, maybe I'd be a little more concerned. Yeah. That if I left them out, you know, there'd be a problem. But like in general. Yeah. No, mass-produced grocery eggs, you're not going to run into really any major issues. Yeah. Unless they just have salmonella in them. That would suck. Unless sometimes you get a double yolk. Those are fun. Yeah, that's always every once in a while you find those. I count that kind of like with the wishbone or something. Yeah. Like every time you find a double egg, it's good luck. Yeah, like, just like go superstition. Yeah, or it means you're having twins. There's such a good chance that I'm gonna have twins. I'm okay with it. Ideally, one boy, one girl. But like, I guess if I have two of whatever, it's fine. Yeah, I don't. I would always prefer two boys. Women are monsters. The older I'm getting, the more I don't care. Like, I used to... Like, I think when I was little, I was like, you know, when I grow up, I want to have a girl. And then at some point, I was like, no, little boys are cute and easier to handle and, like, whatever. And they don't get They don't get as fussy as girls do sometimes. Yeah. But I think it all depends on how you're raised. Right. And then now I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't care. Like, I literally, if it pops out, as long as it doesn't have, like, a peanut allergy, which would be great. Ugh. Well, like, because where I grew up, like, I've told people this, too, because now that I'm in the city, it's, like, insane how many allergies I'm seeing. Yeah. But, like, where I grew up, I was like, you were allergic to grass and, like, maybe bees. Yeah. But, like, you weren't allergic to milk. You weren't allergic to peanuts. Yeah. Everybody had peanut butter jelly sandwiches all the time. Yeah. Like...
No,
So hopefully that's not a thing. But unless, like, basically I've taken my parents' view of, like, if it's healthy, I'm happy.
Yeah. The older I get, I'm not intending anytime soon. Essentially, I just, like, the more I view it...
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not going to go out and get pregnant. Just
well, like,
FYI.
Well, it's harder for me because I am married, and so people are like, you're expected to breed, and I'm like, not fucking right now.
Yeah, no.
So for me, I take more of the look of it as with the fact that my husband's over 6 foot and every freaking male in his family is over 6 foot tall, and the fact that my dad,
like Laura's size.
Yeah, the fact that my dad is built like a linebacker, and like my sister and I are both built like if we were dudes, we would have been linebackers.
Fair.
No matter what gender it is, it's gonna be built like a linebacker. Now, whether it's honey badger size like my side of the family is, or if it's gonna be a giant monster like Ian's side of the family is, it's going to be about as wide as a door frame, and it's going to about hit the top of it, and it's going to eat us out of house and home. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl, and it will have the most luscious locks.
Yeah, that's very true.
It truly will have
and
just
beautiful
the
blue
most...
eyes.
It could be, but the thing is...
I think, what is it, like a 75% chance of blue and then
Yeah.
25 of anything else?
Yeah. Well, because the thing is Ian's mom is actually ginger, my mom's a ginger, my mom and my
You're gonna have
aunt...
a kid that looks like me, you're gonna have my mama's problem.
I know! We're going to... There's a distinct chance, because my grandmother had blonde hair, like, closer to my hair color, which is the kind of the blondish brown, blue-eyed, married a blonde-haired, blue-eyed man, had 2 ginger kids.
That's funny.
And so I could just totally spit out weird, random ginger children.
You're gonna have my mom's problem. I look like her best friend.
Oh, yeah.
I do. It's crazy. And I sent my mom a picture after I got my hair cut, because whatever they used in my hair, when I washed it the next day, like, it had super curled, or, like, gotten super wavy, just because it was all thinned out and everything.
Yeah. Oh, God, I want to get my hair cut so bad.
But, like, it got super wavy, and I sent a picture to my mom, and I was like, guess who I look like from the 80s?
Oh, no.
And I looked just like her. She sent it.
Oh, no.
And she was like, holy crap.
Be aware, if I do happen to spit out ginger children, at some point, you're going to tell them that you're their mom.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I plan on traumatizing them, absolutely. I do plan at some point being like, yeah, I gave you up for adoption, and Sarah's the only person I could trust.
So I can still be part of your lives.
That's right.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, essentially, if I have random ginger children, I want you to ruin them. That's all I...
Oh, that's terrifying.
I expect it, and that is what I hope for.
Okay.
I'll
do my best.
Otherwise they're gonna be...
do my best to torment your kids. Jesus.
Yeah. Otherwise, I doubt they'll be blonde, because Ian's darker hair, that tends to be more dominant.
They will probably have brownish dark hair.
If they're gonna take a recessive gene, they're going to end up being ginger. It's very unlikely that they're gonna be blonde.
I mean, if they're born and they've got, I would say... I
don't know, my dad has, like, kind of dark hair, and he's made nothing but blonde kids.
Yeah.
Like, the 3 of us are all blonde-haired, blue-eyed. And just the straight hair. My sister and my brother so far have just, like, the straight, really fine hair.
Totally straw hair.
Yeah, and I have my dad's texture of hair where it's a little bit thicker, a little bit more wavy, not so much, like, wavy, but, like, it bends.
Yeah, like, it's not super straight.
Like, if it's short enough, it has waves. If it's long, it kind of curves.
Well, that's like, if mine's short enough, it's got curls.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so heavy that it waves.
Yeah.
Or there's just so much hair.
Yeah. Yeah,
but like, I'll get baby curls next to my ears and stuff.
I know, I love it when your hair is short.
No.
Well, not when it's super short, but like when
I was
you
gonna
have
say,
it about...
I had it super short at one point. I looked like a boy.
Yeah, no. Well, I also
looked like a boy with big hips.
Yeah, I had essentially a real short bob when I was young enough that I looked like a boy that hadn't had a haircut in a really long time. Mm-hmm. But then by the time I was old enough that I cut it off and had it actually like short, I had developed. So I definitely looked like a chick. I looked like a strong, independent lesbian.
I think I
with fire truck red hair. That was definitely from a bottle.
Yep, I
Yeah.
remember. I
Yeah.
see. You showed me pictures.
Yeah, and I don't have any pictures from when like I would put it in like a faux hawk and yeah, but like it was there. It was bad.
Flock of eagles haircut.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the spikes in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a whole thing. That was a whole phase. And now I'm not gonna do that again.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Although I do fantasize about that short hair just being like I didn't have to do anything to it.
Oh yeah, right.
It's so great.
Well, I think I cut mine when I was like 14.
Uh-huh.
I cut it. I wanted to do locks of love, but
Uh-huh.
like it was down in my butt and it was giving me headaches. So
Yeah.
I had to get it cut, but the 10 inches ended up above my ears. And so,
Yeah.
like when I say it was short,
Yeah.
but what happened was we cut it that short, but we didn't layer it or take away any of the thickness. So I was like shaggy head kid.
Yeah.
And so my solution
Uh-huh.
was to wear baseball caps. But this was also in a period where I was at the awkward developing stage of I'm just going to wear all of my dad's t-shirts. I'm only going to wear, larges and extra larges.
Oh dear.
And so I looked like a dude all the time.
Oh dear.
And I wore pants that were too big, like all that kind of problem.
Oh sweetie.
But like it was fine.
And you grew up to be such an attractive person
Oh,
too.
thanks.
Yeah, no, like you're a very attractive person. You're very stunning. But I love that you went through like a deeply awkward
Oh yeah,
boy
no, it was
phase.
bad.
Yeah.
Like I think I got called a boy at my family reunion, which I was totally fine with. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I think my mom for a hot minute was scared that I was, in a closet of some sort. And I mean, I didn't care.
You were going through more than a phase.
Well, I mean, I considered it for a minute, like, because it was at the point in my life where I was like, what do I want in life? I'm like, if it's this, I think my mom's going to be scared, but also, I think my mom, I mean, I think she's the type of person I would have had hope that she would cope and, like, accept me, but, for some people that doesn't happen, and it's very sad.
Right.
And, like, so I wasn't gay or anything, but, I mean, I wasn't against it.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those things where, like, I got asked at one point, they were like, do you like girls? And I was like, I don't think so. I don't really like anybody right now. I was like, I live alone.
Yeah.
Or, I'm an only child, and
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of kids. I don't really like anyone, but I think any crushes I've ever had have been on boys.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some women that I'm like, holy crap, they're amazing.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not going to be, like, I can't, I don't know. I've thought about it, and I'm like, nah, I'm alright, thanks, so.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
I have had a girl hit on me, and I was like, that's cool. Doesn't mean you're cute, but no,
Yeah.
I'm okay, thanks.
Yeah, no, the half my family to this day probably thinks I'm a weird lesbian living on my
That's
own.
okay.
Which I'm okay with that.
You keep that wedding ring on. I'll wear this on my pinky, and we'll go places
Oh
together.
yeah, no, it's great.
Any family event, if Ian can't go, we'll just go together and, and make them all think we're together.
Well, I mean, we are life mates.
We are.
Yeah.
But like they already think things anyway. Let's just roll with it.
Yeah, let's
we do when we're out.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know how many times that people have approached us while we've been out. Like the few times that we like go to bars, that's not really our scene. But the few times that we've gone to bars, there have been people who approached us and assumed we were a couple.
I know, which is why like that's always been like our default. Like, okay, if somebody hits on you, we'll pretend we're together.
Yeah.
And then, but I think it's always. I think I told you at one point we were at like we were at a grocery store or something, and I said, I don't think anybody's ever approached us because we already seem that way. Like we're so together and we're so in sync that it probably already seems like we're together.
Right. Well,
and I was like, but that's okay. That means people don't bother.
Yeah.
To an extent, I'm fine.
Well, at my dad's wedding, to his wife Kitty, who is my friend. I met Kitty when I was already in my 20s. She is the mother of my half brother, who is awesome, and I adore her to pieces. But while we were taking wedding photos together, it was really shortly after gay marriage had been legalized in the U.S. nationally. Mm-hmm. We were taking wedding photos together outside their house. It was just her and I.
Huh?
And people were driving by and honking and like, yeah, go you, because they thought we were together. And I was like,
okay.
All right then. I would like to believe, though, that if I was going to marry a woman, I would actually like to believe I would have done the tux. I would have at least done like a tux dress combo. Mm-hmm. Like I would have worn like a really sharp blazer with like a nice fitted Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have gone for that.
I don't know what I can't picture it. I've always tried to think, like, what if? And then I'm like, I don't know. I can't really roll it. I guess I could try. I don't know.
Yeah,
in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna push it. I don't care.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was definitely a valid option for me for a while, but I do tend to. I mean, I am married to a man, but I do tend to find myself with more male partners for sure.
Yeah,
at least more of my relationships tend to be male, because like the intimacy factor of the woman side of things just seems like a lot of effort. And I don't.
That's the thing.
That's my major thing.
I mean, that part of it too is I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want to deal with another me. I'm like, I need somebody to handle me.
Yeah,
not be me.
Yeah, I
I know I'm sensitive. Like my parents, when I say things, they're like, "No, it's fine," and I'm like, you're not in a relationship with me. Yeah. I'm like, you don't know how weird I am. I was like, you don't know what I'm like. When I try to, like, I do things to avoid certain things being repeated in my life.
Yeah.
Like, so for sure, I'm real weird about certain things. And I'm like, you guys don't know that. Because I don't care with you. Like, it's not something we would approach. Because we're not, like, it's something, I guess, I wouldn't have ever seen either, because my parents have always been separated. Right. So I'm like, what? You don't have an opinion on this.
Right.
You think I'm normal, but I act a certain way with you.
That's true, and the way you act with your parents is always different. And for us being together for as long as we're best friends. We have had not like intimate, but like we've had very intimate moments. We've been very vulnerable and honest with each other.
We've both at least seen each other almost naked.
Yeah. Whether
on purpose or on accident, it's happened.
Sometimes it's a surprise. Well, because we live together and everything else.
Yeah, so it happens.
But we've had a lot of moments, and like again, because I'm in a relationship with someone who is by far more sensitive than I am. I am definitely generically the dude in a lot of my relationships in the generic factor. Because even between the two of us, I definitely am the more dominant, more masculine effect.
Yeah. Sure. Unless it's fixing something, which in case it's me.
Yeah.
I'm more handy.
You are definitely handy. I have particular skill sets when it comes to like fixing things.
Particular set of skills.
I do have a particular set of skills. But I tend to also be more as deeply introverted as I am. I also tend to be the diplomat of a relationship, where it's like, go fix this thing because I don't want to talk to these people, and I'm like, okay.
Oh. Yeah,
I do tend to diplomat in both you and in my married relationship.
Yeah. Well, I think I've said at some point I wanted somebody who's more charismatic than me because I don't want to deal with people. But as I'm getting older, I'm like, I don't really care. I can fake my way through most things.
Well, yeah, and like,
so I'm like,
I am fortunate that my spouse is more out. I don't know.
He's more talky.
He's definitely more talkative, and he's definitely more of an extrovert than I am. So while I'm available to actually fix legitimate issues when it comes to, like, diplomacy, for the most part I can be like, sweetie, call the cable company. I'm gonna go fume about why my internet isn't working.
Or at the very least, if you're talking to somebody you don't want to talk to, he can he can be in a conversation and not mind.
Oh yeah, no, I can just leave him places.
Well, and he won't make those faces that are like, I'm not interested in what you're saying. Like, I think he gets legit interested in the conversations, which is great, because then you can fuck off.
Yeah, no, I don't know how many times, like at our wedding, I would, like, be talking to someone, and, like, Ian would be with me, and they would start talking, and then I'd fade into the background.
No, yeah,
and just be like, ninja out.
Unless it's something real specific that I get excited about. Yeah. Like, I'm kind of usually just kind of like, that's cool.
Yep.
And it's not because I'm not interested in what they're saying, it's just because I don't have anything to add.
Yeah.
Like, there's no value added here. It's kind of like...
Yeah. Where Ian could talk like snow with an Eskimo and be like equally fascinated.
And
I'd just be like, I'm gonna go pet the dogs.
That's usually how it goes. If like we drift into something that I'm interested in like your opinion, but once you're done, I have nothing to add. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go do something else.
Yeah.
And I'll just announce it. I'm like, I'm leaving now.
Yeah.
This conversation has ended.
Yeah, I for sure don't, because I've worked too long in customer service, that I'm like, I don't seek out pleasantries. I'm like, we're not talking about anything important.
I don't seek out pleasantries, but like if I'm talking with someone at work and you know they've listened to something I've said, I feel I don't want to be
rude.
Right. I consider it rude. Like I think I should at least, you know, tit for tat. Should
right.
You know, if they want to be vulnerable with me for some reason and you know, entrust some information to me, right. I'm not going to be like, I don't have anything to do with you. I'm not like a narcissist.
Right.
I'm not going to be like, this doesn't interest me, so I'm going to leave. It's more like, okay. And then they go quiet, and then I go quiet, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really have any reply to that. Like, this is just kind of your thing. Like, cool. And then I'm like, all right, well, it's been a good talk. I'm going to go now. Like, that's usually just how it ends, and then we talk again later.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It is just what it is.
Like, Holly, I need to tell you about my retirement plan. I'm going to fix up old Volkswagens and turn them into campers.
I mean, I'll listen to what someone has to say.
Right.
Doesn't mean I know what they're
talking
about.
Yeah, doesn't mean,
Doesn't mean I care, really.
Well, yeah, it doesn't, it's like, cool, you want to fix up old Volkswagens and turn them into campers. I'm
not going to do that.
Yeah, Volkswagens are cool. I am going to go now.
Yeah, usually I don't explain my retirement plan. I'm like, okay, neat, bye.
Villa in Greece where I can go be a nudist. That's for sure.
I thought we decided we were going to have a house together, and you were going to be the creepy old lady, and I'm going to be the one that baked cookies.
Yes.
That's right.
That is true.
You're going to be the one that hits on younger men and is just so shameless about it. I think you've told me that.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. I'm also looking forward to the day and age where I can just, if I'm not being a nudist, I can just wear muumuus and it not be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 100%.
That's going to be into your 70s, I think.
Yeah.
Getting into your 80s.
Yeah, like, it'll be around the same time where I can't motorcycle like I do.
Yeah.
Because around that time, I will no longer have a need for pants. If I can't ride motorcycles, I don't need pants anymore.
You're motorcycling with a muumuu on. And everybody's like, ah!
I think I would have transitioned to a Vespa at that point.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
But no, like once I get out of like hard motorcycling,
Sarah,
because
you forgot your bloomers. You're riding down the street, you got your nakedness all over the place. That's me as an old lady. I'll just be like,
flaps everywhere.
Yeah, I'll just be like, Sarah, you done flashed the whole city. It's all over the news. Yes, it's hilarious. You'll be like, oh, it's awesome. I'll be like, bring me a beer. Get me some too while you're out. I'll make some cookies.
Yeah.
You'll be like, next time you want to go with me? And I'll be like, I'm okay, thanks. I'm alright. I'd rather not.
That would be fantastic.
I can see it happening.
Yeah, no, like, I'd be down for that. I'd be like, this is great. But, like, that's the age I look forward to. Like, I definitely look forward to being, like, a shamelessly raunchy old lady.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I have a deep fear of being alone. I've located this and it terrifies me. Yeah. But I mean, other than that, I'm game for this.
Right. Well, see,
I mean, I know that's not alone, but you know what I mean.
Well,
like
I know.
A life partner of some sort.
Yeah. No. See, I don't know why I'm the married one of the two of us, because I have like no issue. I'm like, I could die alone. This is fine.
It's because I'm desperate and desperate's the wrong word. But you know what I mean. It's because like I'm not like desperate. Like it's because I think I'm understanding. And I'm overly understanding.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna tell. We totally got off track. But I was gonna tell you that at work, this girl that I work with has asked me. She's like, "Are you ever angry?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, at some points." Yeah. It's not often. It takes a lot.
Yeah. No, it does take a lot for you. I've seen you get angry. I've seen you get angry at me. It is not very common.
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen a lot, but like...
And more often it's more of, like, I don't want to deal with you right now, and you, like, kind of quietly seethe. Like, you don't get, like...
Well, it's because I try not to lash out at people.
Yeah, you definitely take a more passive approach to it.
Like, I usually, if I get angry enough and I don't want to, like, just yell at someone, I will go
away.
For a minute, at least to get my head cleared and not be so frustrated.
Yeah.
And then once I've like justified, like in my head, run through it and been like, no, my anger is justified.
Yeah.
I will then proceed to be angry.
Yeah.
Usually I can get over it if it's somehow fixed, but like it depends. If it's like something a guy does, it's hard because I have trust issues. So like it's really hard if a guy does something that I don't appreciate, and I'll be like, no, I don't trust you to not do that again. Like, go away. But or if it's repeated, if it's an I'm sorry and then it happens again, then I'm definitely like, I can't. Sorry.
Yeah, you definitely tend to be more understanding. You do have your own trust issues, but like, you tend to be a lot more calm and level-headed. It is genuinely hard to make you upset. And there's been points where I know, like, not necessarily I've tried, but like I know I've said things that would like normally upset you. I don't know how to phrase that right. But like I've said things that you don't agree with, but you tend to just be like, I mean, I guess whatever, and and shrug it off, and it's like, come on, Holly, argue with me. Fight me on this.
No, I don't like arguing with you, though.
Yeah, true. And
I do hate arguing with you. Like, the short time we weren't talking to each other was kind of shitty, so... Yeah, I did not like that.
I did not enjoy that. That was a rough time.
Yeah, so... I don't like arguing with you very much. It depends on what it is. Because most things, I'm like, if it's not about me or about you... I'm just like, I support you. Yeah. Have fun. You do you. Like, it's your life. Right. But some things I might, like, I don't know. Like, if something was
I don't know. Like, if I decided to become a hooker, I guess?
Yeah, like, if I, like, thought you were really hurting yourself, I'd be like, yo, you might want to think this over. And then if you yelled at me, I'd be like, I tried. Like, well, never mind. Okay.
This is your choice.
This is what you're doing. Kind of like me. I get really stubborn. I know it.
Yeah, like, but... In my few arguments with you, more often than not, I've approached it from the fact of, not to be a parent, but like, oh, Holly, you're making a terrible mistake. Like, and it sucks, because as your friend, like, when you've been in previous relationships, other than with one example, where you were not necessarily dating a good person, I was like, well, I'm not her parent, she'll figure it the hell out. And I'm not going to say anything. And then, with the exception of the one where I was like, this isn't good. And thus we didn't talk to each other for almost a year.
That was a whole different ballgame.
But even still, it's rare for us to fight over things. Mostly because there's few things that, like, we don't... Yeah. Like, there's few things that we don't actually agree on, and there's few things that either, like... With you being a vegetarian...
You mean there's few things that we don't disagree on?
Well, yes. Okay, sorry. There's very few things that we don't disagree on. Like, for example, you being a vegetarian and me not being a vegetarian.
There's few things we disagree on.
There's few things that we disagree on. Yes, okay.
No, there's few things we don't disagree on, so we fight about everything.
Yeah, okay, fair. I used a double negative. I apologize.
It's okay. I was just getting really confused. I'm like, man.
There's few things that cause conflict between us.
Very true. Yeah.
Like... Not that this causes conflict, but, like, even on things that we don't agree on, like you being a vegetarian and me not being a vegetarian, it is not to the point where other than I'm like, Holly, as long as you're eating and, like, you're getting nutrition that you need, do you.
Whatever.
Yeah. When we do potlucks for our D&D games, I will try to make something that's not meaty.
Yeah, or I'll just eat chips. That's
right.
Fine.
Or, I
don't care. Like, I've told that...
Like, I'll order cheese pizza.
Well, yeah. Well, I've told it to our friends too. Like, Schmitty at some point was asking me about vegetarian something, and I was like, dude, make whatever you're gonna make. Mm. I can bring snacks. I'm not gonna be a hassle. Yeah. Just do whatever you want to do.
But yeah.
Somebody eventually brings like Doritos or something, and I'm like, I like Doritos. I'll eat Doritos.
Well, and like driving back from the Ren Fair, I bought a whole bag of beef jerky and was eating it in the car with you. And it's not like you were like.
I'm not
you, sir, and your meat ways.
I'm not strong opinion enough to care about someone else's lifestyle.
But it is a personal choice for you that you're doing this, and that's fine. And so, like, for the few things that we do not have the same opinion on. For the most part, neither of us are... Like, I like weird alternative music. You tend to like more, like, top 40s. Yeah, I mean, it's not that you don't
classic.
like... Yeah,
Classic
well,
rock.
you do love your classic rock. But, like, you will listen to the top 40 station, and you'll listen to classic rock. It's not like you sit there and go, oh, Sarah, and your alternative music. Oh.
No, but I like a lot of indie stuff.
True.
I mean,
Like,
I can
I mean-
withstand a lot of things. I guess I'm just really...
Again, you're non-confrontational, and
That's-
you
yeah.
tend to find the silver lining in a lot of things.
I don't like being angry. I find it really exhausting, mostly.
Oh, I love being angry.
No, I like fake arguing in like a relationship.
Yeah.
Like when you know you're both when you're both teasing each other.
Yeah.
Like I find that fun because it's it gets
Cathartic, and
well,
it can be teasing and kind of sensual.
Well, that's what I mean. Like it
Yeah.
gets kind of your blood boiling, but in a good way.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean? Like you're having fun with each other.
Yeah.
Not like an actual argument. Like
Yeah.
there's a very like to me,
Mm.
or at least I've tried to make sure it's distinct. There's a very distinct difference between me being
Like-
arguing or me
Yeah.
being mad.
Yeah.
Because when I'm mad, I figure you can tell. I'll get
Right.
quiet and I'll get fucking pissy.
Yeah.
And-
You definitely get mad like a girl.
Thanks. Great. Well,
No, it's fine.
I
I
don't punch things. That's good.
I'm very against the punching things
I
when you're
have-
angry trope.
I have a lot of anger. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. Like, it's there.
like-
Like, sometimes I'm just like, I hate things. I hate everything.
Like
But I'm like, what am I gonna... There's no point. I don't...
Right. Okay. The thing is I can have a lot of aggression that I feel
Okay, that's... Yeah.
like working out helps with, and like
Oh, that does,
and
yeah.
like getting my blood pumping, and like if I go boxing or something, and that feels good. That's cathartic. But like when I'm mad, I don't normally want to punch things.
yeah,
When
no.
I'm mad, because I come from this type of family, I want to tear it apart and emotionally destroy it.
Oh my gosh.
The same way I pick out little pieces of conversation that have made me mad, and then we'll talk to you about it in the car later. That is the same part of my brain that goes, destroy their will to live. And it sucks because normally I can sit there and go, don't say that. And then that one time we get in an argument and I'm like, and now I'm gonna do the mic drop. And I'm like, oh.
You can get savage.
Yeah, and the issue is I'm married to essentially a
You're married.
teddy bear.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I understand that completely. I cannot handle anger.
Yeah, and so when we do get into arguments, I win because he does not know how to argue, and I am very, very good at it. And it's really, it sucks because it feels like so deeply unfair, but at the same time, I'm like, argue with me.
I can't handle like anger to some extent. I think to some extent I'm afraid of men when they're angry. So
Yeah.
there's that.
Mm.
But also I can't handle being like yelled at or anything like that. Like that will
Yeah.
I will not get mad back.
Yeah.
I will no longer talk to you. Like
Yeah.
I will just straight up be like, okay, fine, that's how it's gonna be. I can't handle this. Bye.
Yeah,
And-
and that's one of the things. One of the I think one of the few times we've gotten close to arguing, you did shut down and you left because I was getting worked up. And like the few times you've seen me get worked up about other things, not necessarily between us,
Yeah.
you definitely do the shutdown. And I get that. I definitely have the fight instinct.
Yeah, you do for sure.
I am definitely
Well,
the more savage.
I'm okay, like, in arguments, if it's arguing in kind.
Mhm.
Like, I can't handle, like, if in a relationship and we argue, I cannot handle being yelled at. Or at any kind of, like...
Yeah.
Or I can understand, like, getting heated and raising your voice.
Mhm.
I can't handle what seems like aggression.
Mm.
Or, like, it might escalate,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I can
that
understand
kind of
that.
stuff bothers me, and I worry about that. But, like... responding in kind, like if we're both arguing and we both get more and more heated, it's
Yeah.
one thing if I also start yelling
Yeah.
or if I raise my voice,
Yeah.
because then it's like, okay, I'm ready to go there. But
Yeah.
like if it just starts as an argument and they just get frustrated and yell at me, I will be like, okay, bye.
Yeah,
kind of like what was happening for a hot minute. Like when he was getting really like I don't know what was happening. Like you guys were both snapping every once in a while, and it would come out, and I was like,
yeah.
Like I told Schmidt, I was like, I'm scared of what I'll do.
Yeah,
because it scares me.
Yeah, no. I remember. I see. My thing is, I'm with someone who takes me saying takes an argument in a normal toned voice, but where I don't agree with him, he'll be like, "That's yelling," and I'm like,
"That's not yelling,
bitch. That's not yelling." And then I will yell.
No, I won't. I understand there's between yelling and scolding, but I'm also like. I guess in a relationship, I'm probably pretty sensitive. I don't know. It's been so long since I've, like, I don't know, like not been like, no, because to a certain extent, if I'm already mad at you for something else, and you try to be like, well, this hurts my feelings, I'll be like, I'll just be like, I don't give a shit. You don't listen to me at all. Yeah. Like to some extent, they'll be like, I'm like,
this hurts your feelings. Hold on, let me pull out this list.
Yeah, of things that you don't listen about at all, like basic stuff. Yeah. You know, like caring.
Like, what's my favorite freaking color?
Well, not necessarily that, but you know what I mean.
Well, yeah. Well, and because that's and it also comes down to love language, and communication with your partner is a big factor. Yeah. Because as someone who is in a relationship with someone who has a very different love language than me, it's always a very frustrating factor. Because I'm a person who likes actions and right, and I know this and courtesies and like, I thought of you, so I acquired this. And that's how I show affection, is I'm like, hey, I made your favorite food. Or like, hey, I remembered you like this tea, so I brought it with me. That's how I show affection, that's how I show love. And the person I'm with is very like, I love you. It's very vocal. Yeah, it's very and is very like affectionate about it, where I'm like, I don't need to hold your hand right now. It's 90 degrees and I'm sweating.
See, I'm like, I like that. Like, I like the hand holding and everything.
No, and I definitely
very much, yeah.
No, I definitely understand it as the love language, but I'm like, it's 102 degrees. Please do not hug me.
I guess I get that. Like, it just depends on, I don't know. I like holding hands with people. Like, I like it to be, like, if it's good, I like it to be sweet and, like, whatever. But, like, when something goes wrong, I think I just tend to, like, be like, fuck it.
Yeah. My love language is essentially a roommate that you sleep with. Yeah. Yeah, is essentially...
You just like want people to be responsible.
Yeah, all. Like I'm a thoughtful roommate.
Yeah.
Like
mine is
like, I know your favorite order from this place. I brought you this food. And that's pretty much essentially like, oh, you like Arnold Palmer's with sweet tea. I brought you an Arnold Palmer with sweet tea. Like, I'm that person.
Yeah, well, I think essentially what we've done is we've decided we're both looking for each other in the opposite gender.
Yes, and I found that.
Yeah, because I was like, no, a guy who's thoughtful and does, like, actions like that makes sense for me to some extent. Or, I mean, a little more feely than you are.
Well, yeah.
Like, a little more willing to hold hands or something. Well, but, like, I mean, obviously there's going to be differences. Ian and I are not the same person.
Right, but right. And, like, because you definitely have different neuroses, for sure. Like, you definitely have different things that you get very particular about, and I'm like, I just want to leave you to, like, because we have a mutual friend, Schmitty, and Schmitty and I are both very mellow, like, independent people.
Yeah, for sure.
And we could spend, like, a good 8 hours doing, like, jigsaw puzzles together, and we'd be, like, chill. And we'd probably crack really bad puns and be fine. I just want you and Ian to, like, go on an adventure, and then Schmitty and I just stay and do, like, puzzles.
Ian and I have been alone before when you went missing at the grocery store.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
And he said she's missing, and I said she's probably in the car. Yeah, she's missing. Let's go check the car. We gotta go find her. She's in the car. Like, my exact thought was like, she went to the car because she's tired of waiting on us. I went to get something, you followed me. Yeah. She was done checking out, she went outside to the car.
Yeah, no, essentially that was it. And it was
I was like, funny. If she's not in the car, we'll panic from there. But, like, let's check there first.
That was my favorite thing ever
like,
because like I'm like, oh yeah, Holly knows me. You may be the person I was engaged to at the time, but like Holly knows me. She knows what I'm doing.
Oh, like, it just seems like a thing. But yeah, no, that was really funny. But yeah, no, like at work, like this girl, so the girl was asking, like, she's like, do you ever actually get angry? You always seem so nice. And I'm like, it's because I'm at work, for one. I was like, I can't get very angry here.
Right.
I can't be explosive here, even if I want to be.
Yeah.
But even if I'm at home, I'm usually still not explosive. I get frustrated and ranty and I curse.
Yeah.
Like, my dad has heard me angry. He heard me angry last night.
Yeah.
All I did was rant and curse and, like, get really, really frustrated. And I think I just get really upset and I have to go somewhere and calm myself down. That's usually all it tends to be. Yeah. But, like, some other girl I worked with walked in the middle of that conversation. I was like, oh, she's seen me angry.
Yeah.
And I was like, haven't you? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, tell her, because she's asking if, I've ever been angry. I was like, I don't know, because I can't objectively view myself when I'm upset. And she was like, you definitely get angry. She was like, it's kind of cute and funny at the same time, because it's not really what you'd expect. She was like, I don't laugh because I don't want to, like, hurt your feelings. And I'm like, you gotta be, come on.
Right.
Like, in my head, I'm like, come on. Damn it.
Yeah. Oh, no.
But that's the response I got.
I have gotten,
for sure, you're
like, twice in my life the whole, you're cute when you're angry. And I was like,
I think she thinks that because I get ranty and I won't, like I can't.
You get fussy.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I definitely, I've only ever been called cute when I'm angry on a handful of occasions. I am not cute when I'm angry.
No, you're scary.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to believe that I could be, but I doubt it. Like, the girl, she was like, well, have you ever punched somebody? And I'm like, when I was a kid. Once.
Oh.
I was like, I don't, because she asked if I would ever, like, get in a fight, and I'm like, if I had kids or something, maybe, or if, like, if like, somebody else was hurting, like, a small child, maybe.
Right.
I'd have to justify it. That's the thing, is I don't like being aggressive and doing something stupid, but, like, if someone is hurting someone else, and I need to defend that person because I'm capable of doing so, then sure, I will fight. Why not?
Right.
Kind of like Good Samaritan law kind of thing or something. Except I think you have to just call the police. I don't think you have to intervene. But, like...
I've had to call the police. I did not stop and intervene before, but that was also because I was driving and they were not.
Yeah, well, if it's somebody who... let me put it this way. If it's somebody who, like, can't defend themselves. Right. If it's, like, an elderly person or a small child, something like that, or, a pregnant woman, whatever. I'm very much against people taking advantage of people who can't defend themselves.
Right.
It bothers me. And so in that case, I'm like, F off,
Yeah.
But I've never had to, like, hurt anyone. I've had to stand by and make sure everything turned out okay, but things usually de-escalate.
Right.
If you let it...
Yeah.
If you let it simmer for a sec. So, if you just keep an eye on it, it's usually once somebody, like, if it starts getting carried away, then I'll make more plan of action. I'll be like, okay, I need to call the cops or something like that. But, usually any, like, aggressive, like, any fights I've ever seen or something like that usually de-escalate on their own. There's usually some words and then, maybe one punch or two, and then they go away.
Well, because I don't... Cause, well, we've already established that you've never been in a fight, but I don't know if you've been, like, physically punched by someone, but it's not something that you want to continue doing. So it's very rare that people really commit to a fight.
Right, dueling is not as popular as it used to be.
Yeah, because, like, I have been punched quite hard, and I have been in, like, not a proper fight. It was mostly with my sibling growing up. But, like, I have been, like, properly punched and beaten up, and it's not something, like, I would continue to participate in.
Well, yeah, it doesn't seem pleasant.
Like, unless I'm fighting for my life, I'm not gonna be in a fight with someone.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm not gonna go
step
try.
on my shoe, at a party. Like, that I would never...
Well, I'm not a vigilante superhero. I don't want to go try,
Oh, man. I would still be a superhero.
I can see that for sure. But, like, I don't want to go try to find a fight. I just mean, I feel like if I had to, I could.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I luckily,
Yeah.
I don't have those situations happening often.
Yeah.
And when they have, there's usually older, more responsible people around, or there is some kind of security or something taking care of it.
Right.
Most of the time, I don't have to worry. I don't think I ever had to break one up at the gas station, or anything like that.
Conference center, we had weddings and things like that. But more often than not, I worked with a team of dudes and we had security. So it would be, I would have to speak up. The dudes would then intervene. I would then call security. Security would then come take care of the situation.
Yeah.
But more often than not, I never had to get in the middle of it.
Yeah, no, I've had to
flex on people, which does not sound intimidating, but like I'm a beefy girl, and I've had someone like threaten coworkers that were female.
Oh, jeez.
Like the woman who tried to attack my pregnant boss at the hotel
when
I was a manager. Yeah, and I had to like step between them and like beef up to this large woman who was trying to attack again my pregnant boss, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna let you do that.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
The police have been called. And oh, by the way, you should probably stay here because we have all of your contact information, including your driver's license information. Thank you for staying at this hotel.
Yeah.
Like,
you probably shouldn't run.
Yeah, no, don't run. It makes it harder. But yeah, like, we've had some pretty... Like, I've had some pretty intense situations, but more often than not, I'm not someone that looks like I'm easily messed with. So I very rarely have had...
I'm fairly certain you could just whop me and knock me out. So I never want to...
Well, I definitely being a thicker girl would be hard to, like, kidnap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like,
you're hard to, like, push down. You can definitely brace yourself.
Yeah, like, I definitely built to withstand... so it's I'm not someone who would be picked out as a victim, like like I don't often get harassed by like people panhandling and things like that because I walk with purpose. I look very
same.
Yeah,
I mean I'm not built as well to withstand. I mean I'm built to some extent, but like I just look like a teenage boy kind of with big hips. But yeah, I try to walk with purpose. As long as you look like you know where you're going. Even when I was overseas, I never got bothered because I looked like I knew where I was going.
Right.
And most of the time I did. I looked it up before and I was like, I know exactly where I'm going. I didn't like look down streets and I didn't have a big map and I didn't like stop every 2 feet.
And carry your suitcases with you. And
Right. No, I walked, down a street, turned here, turned there, and I was out where I needed to be. Right. Nobody bothered me. But, I mean...
Yeah, I
don't know.
I don't know. I'm definitely not someone who would be easily targeted.
Yeah.
But for me, it's more of a, I don't know how to describe it. It's more of a mentality with where I was raised and who I was raised by, where like I'm like corn-fed country built.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's not like I'm easily knocked down or upset, and I'm very much it's
hardy.
A lot. Yeah, I'm a hardy person.
Yeah, like that's what it is. You're not like necessarily intimidating. You're not haughty.
Yeah,
like you're just like
yeah.
This is how it is.
Yeah,
kind of.
And it helps that I take a very I want to say logical but analytical approach to things. Like, I very much am like, this is the situation, this is where it's going, A plus B equals C. I'm very like, this is the point of where this is going, and if I do this instead, everything will be fine. So it's very much, I can talk myself out of things because I'm just intimidating enough to where people don't try to pursue that line. Okay. On the big book of list of things that women want.
Oh, so I've joked with this about a girl at work too.
Yeah.
With a girl at work. Yeah. So basically this guy repeated something back to me that I had said about myself.
Yeah.
I said I was an idiot, and then he said, yes, you're, at the end of what I told him, he said, yeah, now you're dumb. And I was like, oh, Jesus. He says, well, basically said they're going to think they think you're dumb. And I just like, was bye. He's like, no, I'm not saying you're dumb. Bye. See ya. So in the big book of things women want, that is apparently blank, I'm going to give you 2 things. 1, don't repeat negative things women have said about themselves back to them. Okay? If they say, I'm fat, I'm stupid, I'm dumb.
Preach.
Do not say it back. Just be like, I mean, you don't have to totally defend it and be like, no, sweetie, you're fine. But don't be like, yeah, you're a fat ass. Yeah. You know, do not repeat. Like, I've said that
at worst, say, yeah, probably that dress is not the good fit for you, but there's more flattering dresses that'll fit your frame, that'll be gorgeous. Yeah,
like, I can't wear A-line shit.
Yeah.
Because of reasons. Like, I can't wear stuff that hugs there. Yeah. But, like, or, like, I think, I was talking to Yost one day, and I said something about, I was thinking I was going crazy, and I'm like, he knew I meant it literally, like I was having an issue. Yeah. And he said something later, because I sent him just like a dumb gif of a hedgehog or something. Yeah. And he was like, oh, are you going insane? And I was like, that's not funny right now. Aww. I was like, right now, because I was, like, the gif was funny, but, like, the whole conversation we were having was very serious. So the tone was not good. And I was like, no, that's not funny right now. And he was like, I'm just repeating what you said. And I was like, okay, lesson number 1, don't do that. Yeah. I was like, I know I said it. It's because I'm feeling bad about myself. Yeah. Don't tell me it back. Yeah. And then the other thing I would like to put in that book for all of you.
So 3.
Is... No, that's only.
Sorry, that was the first one. Okay, so the second one.
So the other thing is, I don't know what women want. Usually, food. Action, effort, food. Yeah, showing your thinking is way better than the most expensive shit you can buy. Like, I don't care if you get me a diamond necklace, but if you bring me, I don't know, like a Greek salad, and you know that I don't like feta and olives, and you get it without feta and olives, I will probably kiss you.
That is hot. That is hot.
Like if you remember things that I hate and get me food, or like or you pack me lunch and you write me notes. You know, things like that. Women like things that show affection or show that you
thoughtfulness. Thoughtfulness is a huge factor. I know.
Or like the girl I work with, she said one day she mentioned like it'd be nice to know when someone's at the door because for whatever reason like they couldn't hear the knocking. The next that weekend, her husband was installing a doorbell. He didn't tell her he was going to buy it because she said like if he said, "Do you want one?" she would have said, "No, don't spend the money."
Right.
But no, he just went out, got it, and installed it. And she was like, I'm happy we have it. And I was like,
that's such a good dude.
Yeah, I was like, that's cute.
Yeah.
And so I was like, things like that. And I'm like, if you just kind of, listen to things that we actually care. Like, it doesn't have to be, like, frivolous. Like, useful things that we're like, man, I wish I could do that. And, like, I wish I could reach that cabinet, and you go out and get me a step stool.
Yeah. That's hot.
I mean, I have a step stool. Please, nobody buy me a step stool.
But like in essence, that's a really good move. Yeah. I also found out from social media that men have cracked the code that I don't know women that have, but when you want to figure out where your woman wants to go for food, instead of saying what do you want, say guess where I'm taking you for dinner. Ooh. And whatever she responds is what she actually wants. And then go with that.
What if she says, I don't know?
That's
or she says where?
That's when you make the decision and you hope for the best.
I was going to say, like, if somebody said, guess where I'm taking you for dinner, I'd be like, ooh, where? Like, that would be my response.
That's true. Like, also, like...
I don't know, if you don't take me out for steak, it's really not hard to, like...
Yeah, no,
to go anywhere. I'm not that picky.
Like, I can't take you to a chicken restaurant that I'm very fond of.
Right.
Because you would not have fun there. But, like, I could take you still to a Chinese place.
Bread, though.
Oh, the bread is good.
Well, and they've got coleslaw.
Oh, true.
There are options. Like, some kid today...
You could do fries.
Yeah.
Fries, coleslaw, and bread.
Except for
starchy.
Some fast food fries, which are put into beef.
That's mostly done away with. Like, old school McDonald's did that. But, like, that causes, one, it's super expensive, and two, it'll cause like major heart disease. You will
shit.
die like super soon,
I
but
thought
it
they
tastes
started doing it
amazing.
again,
And no,
Oh, okay. Well, awesome. Not that I...
it's beef tallow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, so this kid that I work with, like, he was asking, he was like, how do you be a vegetarian here? Because he's from California.
Yeah.
And he's like, there are so many options, and you can put in your phone that you're vegan or vegetarian, and it will only show you those options. And I was like, yeah, I'm not that picky.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, how do you do that here? It seems so much harder because there's, like, meat everywhere. And I was like...
Because we're good Midwesterners.
I was like... Cause
sort of.
people are nice. I was like, it's not hard. I'm like, I go somewhere, and usually I just don't get whatever the meat option is.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I don't know why this is hard. I'm like, if all they have is bread, I eat bread. Like, it's not...
Well, like, I could take you to a Chinese restaurant, and you can get veggie lo mein and be happy as a
I'm
clam.
like, it's not... that difficult. Like, if we went to...
Yeah, most places have vegetarian options.
Like, even if we went to a barbecue place, I could be like, I want that coleslaw. Ooh. I want a lot of coleslaw, but coleslaw.
Like, I don't even know that... Ooh, or the corn pudding.
Right, anything like that. Like, anything... like, sometimes if it's, like, green beans and carrots, I do have to ask, did you put bacon on it?
Yeah.
But, like, other than that, I'm like, it's actually not that hard. I don't know why you think it's so difficult.
Right.
I guess... but I'm also, like, because he's told me about how people are act there, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely not that picky. Yeah. I'm like, I will not eat at a place that sells meat.
Right.
And some people are very much like that. But,
right.
Like, when I told my mom, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing vegetarian, she's like, can I still get a burger? And I'm like, I don't care.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not going to stop eating meat for you.
Yeah, no, I was like, what do you mean, can I get a burger? I was like, we can go to wherever you want. I'll just get something that doesn't have beef or chicken on it. That's not hard.
Because we can still go to that Italian place that has the soup I really like and the breadsticks, because they have tons of vegetarian options. Mm-hmm. Like, even if you wanted to do, like, I don't know that you're into eggplant, but you could do, like, the eggplant parmesan.
There's it doesn't matter.
It seems like disappointment to me, but like...
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had eggplant, so I'm not really aware of that one. I don't know.
It's not my thing. It really depends on how it's prepared. Apparently, there are ways to cook it that it's amazing. I have yet to have it that way. But I'm also not a veggie person.
Yeah, well, I think that's where I'm really lucky, is I like a lot of fruits and vegetables, and I like a lot of them fresh. So it's easy for me to just fill up my fridge and eat. Yeah. And I really like bread and cheese. So, it's easy for me to be like, no, I'm fine, because chicken used to be a staple part of my diet, and I just replace it with, like, nuts and stuff. Yeah. Because I've noticed, I used to really hate, like, mixed nuts or anything like that, but since I've gotten older and my tongue's been exploding, I like all that stuff. Yeah. And I texted my grandma today, and I was like, I'm slowly becoming you as I get older. And she's like, why? And I was like, purple's my favorite color. I'm starting to like Pepsi more, and I eat onions now, and I will just eat it raw. And she does it. She can eat an onion like a freaking apple. I'm not at that point. Yeah. But, like, if I'm cutting up an onion, I can take a piece and just nom.
I'm very picky about, like, raw onion. Like, I'll eat... I cook a lot with onion. But, like...
Well, I'll specify, like, white onion or purple onion. Not
red.
Not green. Red onion, sorry.
Yeah, I love red onions.
Not green, not like scallions.
Yeah. It depends. Again, I'm very a purveyor of, like, cooking it.
Scallions or something. Green part onions?
Chives.
Chives. Is that what
scallions are the little medallion onions.
Yeah, so that's still what I'm thinking. Yeah. So same difference. Really, just the big ones. The
big juicy ones.
Yeah, those are my favorites.
Yeah, I do like onion. I prefer it cooked over raw.
Nah. I like it raw in salad. I get a lot of red onions in my salad. Because, like, I get, like, Greek salad a lot. And so, like, I get a lot of... Like, I think I usually order it with extra red onions and extra, like, tomatoes. And then, we should go back
to that Greek place. The one that we went on that really depressing Valentine's Day with Patrick.
Ooh.
We should go there because they have falafel. And falafel is the bomb diggity for shiznels. It's fried veggie balls.
Okay.
They're super good.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah. We should go there because then you can try some vegetarian options, and Greek food is great for veggies.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, because I love Greek and I never get to eat it. But we should go there.
Okay.
And then I can get a gyro and eat lamb. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do you, Holmes.
But yeah, but we can get you falafel, and then I'm gonna get the spicy falafel because that's my preference. But we can get regular falafel. We can get regular falafel as well.
Fall waffles. They're covered in pumpkin spice.
Well, like a pumpkin spice waffle wouldn't be so bad.
No, just but like falafel. What is that? It's a fall waffle.
It's a waffle that we threw on the floor.
Oh no! It's a waffle made with your choice of squash or pumpkin.
Actually, I'd be okay with that.
I would actually be okay. Like if it was like a pumpkin waffle and covered in cinnamon.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
But then I'd just be like, bring me pumpkin pie.
Either way, or if we go back to that one place back by near the old townhouse, the one where we met for lunch a couple times.
Yeah.
That had the really good potato pancakes.
Yeah.
Oh, the potato pancakes were so good.
No, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't like them more than I don't like pancakes.
Really?
I mean, I can eat pancakes, but they're not my favorite. I'm to be honest, I'm a French toast person. And not the stupid brioche French toast. That stuff tastes awful.
Right. Oh, okay. So I don't know. It really depends on the day on where that order falls, because I love waffles, like a good Belgian waffle. Pancakes would normally be my least favorite, but Ian does make good pancakes.
Okay, fair.
Because he makes the really thick, fluffy ones.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, and I
love me some French toast. But, like, when I want French toast, like, nothing else is good enough. Where, like, if I want a waffle, I can have a pancake or French toast and be like, meh, this is acceptable. And same with pancake in reverse. But, like, when I want French toast, I'm like, well, French toast.
Yes. French toast, I'm good with classic French toast, mostly because it's easy to make at home, too.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, brioche is terrible. Pancakes are fine. I like chocolate chip pancakes.
Okay.
Because they've got chocolate in them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only reason I haven't eaten really as many waffles here is because when I get a chocolate chip waffle, I haven't found a place. There was a place in my hometown that made them. And they were good. They were great. But they put chocolate chips into the batter and made the waffle. Yeah. But here, I get, like, melted chocolate chips on top of the waffle. And that ain't good enough for me. So, because, like, when I would cut into the one at home, they would put, quite a few chocolate chips in it. So when you would cut it open, it would goo.
Okay.
Yeah, like a little bit, you know?
Good to know. Good to know.
And so, like, it was good because the chocolate was inside the waffle, but, like, you got to try to spread it around on the ones like, it's never that great, and I'm just like, never mind. So I just go with French toast most of the time.
I do, see, I'm more of a purist when it comes to waffles, although I do like a good, like, pecan waffle from, like, the generic fast food diner chain that we're not going to mention. Like, I'll get, like, the pecan waffle from there, and yes, it's pecan.
No, it ain't.
Oh goodness. Okay, so we're from very different places.
Pecan pie.
Pecan.
No.
My neighbor had a pair of pecan trees. I know this.
Well, my family made pecan pie, so.
Oh Lord. But otherwise, like, I don't like flavored waffles so much, but, like, I do love me some blueberry pancakes.
Ooh, French toast with strawberries on it. And like the banana stuff.
True. Or like bananas in my pancakes. Like, I like flavored well, because if you get a banana pancake and then you put peanut butter on it, but you don't like bananas.
No, I like bananas. That just sounds gross.
No, it's delicious. But no, like, I will do flavored pancakes, and I am down for flavored pancakes, but, like, waffles should be Belgian and fluffy and white, and then my French toast should be French toasty.
I have had red velvet pancakes. Those are delicious.
Ooh.
But, like, I went to somewhere, and I can't remember exactly where it was. But
did they not put cream cheese on them?
Well, I asked for it off, because it was, like, cream cheese icing.
Yeah.
And, I can't remember where I was, but I was gonna order French toast. And what I wanted was, they had that strawberry banana French toast, but it was covered with cream cheese. Ugh. And I decidedly went, ugh, no. And so, I think I don't remember what I got. I think I might have just gotten plain French toast, but like that had sounded really good. But like, it's like this one day I was at a restaurant and I think I was getting carrot cake or something to go, like a dessert thing.
I love carrot cake.
And I asked her, I was like, can y'all just do it without cream cheese? And she was like, well, they've already made the cake. Like I think they'll yell at me if I try to ask them to do one without cream cheese. Well, I was like, well, I'm not allergic. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I was like, can y'all scrape it off the top? And she was like, oh, yeah, we can totally do that. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not allergic to it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I will not die. I just really don't like it.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, all right.
I love me some carrot cake, though. Carrot cake, spice cake,
yeah. Well, what I didn't want to happen was it to be even, like, kind of cold.
Yeah.
And then the cream cheese to melt on the way home inside of the package, so, like, or inside of the bowl or whatever, so that it, like, spread all over everything.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I could do it at home, but it would go places. So I want it to be done here before it goes in my thing.
Yeah. No, okay, I dig that.
And, like, there was a little bit on it, and I can withstand, like, a tiny bit, but, like, icing, I'm just like...
I know, that's why I made you a cake with buttercream.
Oh, I know. And that's also why when Tori brought carrot cake...
you did not eat it?
No,
oh, you ate the
she
plain one.
She brought cupcakes, she hadn't iced them yet, and I was like, awesome, give me one. I was like, I will take one without icing, please.
Yeah. Give it to me naked.
Yeah. Or like, we gotta go back to Cincinnati, to the grocery store. They have red velvet muffins topped with just like a sugar glaze.
Ooh.
And they're real good.
Oh yeah.
Like I love red velvet. Like I've decided if I ever get married, what it's gonna be not like the bright red velvet cake because that's usually like shitty.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like if it's bright red, usually it's like
it's not as chocolatey goodness.
Red velvet's not chocolate.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's chocolate.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Anyway,
but
so
it's not like devil's food cake chocolate. But it's essentially a marriage between a chocolate and a white cake.
Oh, okay.
And that's why the brighter red it is, the less chocolate content that it has. Where it's darker,
I was gonna say that seems because the bright red one always seems like commercial and crappy. Mm-hmm. Like what I would define as cold.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like it's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
But like the one that they make is kind of modeled. MOTT.
Yeah.
And it's darker, and I'm like, that's like some homemade shit, and I'm like, fuck yes. So I'm like, if I ever get married, what I'm probably gonna demand is a red velvet, like homemade style, with buttercream icing, and then a sugar glaze to make it shiny.
Yeah. Okay.
But like a little, or maybe not sugar glazed, or just red velvet sugar glazed. Really don't care.
Or you can
if
do
they
a
give
fondant
me
icing for it. And then
no.
I know, I hate it.
I don't like fondant. Give me buttercream any day. But because what I do, even if we get like birthday cake at the office for any reason, I will cut a piece of cake. I proceed to cut off the icing. Or I will just eat the bottom first, and then I eat the icing. I don't usually eat it together if I don't have to. Like, I'm very... Unless it's whipped icing, in which case it has to be with the cake, because I don't like it by itself. But, like, buttercream, if it's that, I'm eating the bottom first, and then the top. Nom, 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 nom. Okay. So, yeah. So, like, I will get red velvet, and then it will have buttercream icing on it. And I will be like, if you give me cream cheese, I will throw this cake in your face.
Okay, so here's the thing.
If I'm paying for a goddamn cake, I will throw it in your face.
Here's the thing. Should I tell you that I have... a remaining unopened thing of buttercream icing that I'm not going to use in my cabinet?
I will eat it. I will take it to work and eat it.
Okay.
Or I'll sit at home and eat it. Either way.
I'll send it with you. What the fuck?
I've been eating, I don't know. This pop-ups galore.
Go away.
I have been eating marshmallows for breakfast, though.
That's healthy.
I know. It's okay. A girl I work with today, the girl who runs the office, she was like, hey, I'm gonna eat cake for breakfast. Do not judge me. And she pulled it out of the fridge because I was in the kitchen, and I was like, "Dude, I'm eating marshmallows." And she was like, "Okay." She's like, all right, I understand."
Yeah, no. I'm actually a big purveyor of like pastries for breakfast. I'm a big cake person.
I like pastries for breakfast.
I like pie for breakfast. But I'm an apple cinnamon person over like the strawberry
pumpkin 100%.
effect.
Oh, strawberry pie! I've always wanted.
Yeah, like I've had strawberry rhubarb, but like to the effect of like how you were describing like the French toast. I'm more of like put the apple cinnamon in the stuffed French toast or whatever nonsense. I'm an apple cinnamon person.
I can't do it. I mean, I like applesauce. Don't get me wrong, but like I think I got worn out on apple pie mostly because nobody ever makes it right.
That's true.
Like either the slices are too thick and they don't soften up, or it's not baked correctly and so they don't soften up. So usually it's a lack of cinnamon and whatever filling. And then also the apples are too hard and the crust is underbaked. So that's usually like a majority of places I ever go is it comes out cold. And it's always like that. And I'm like, fuck it, I won't eat apple pie anymore. Because homemade apple pie is good because it will cut and it will be so fucking gooey and just soft as hell.
I'm so hungry.
Sorry.
No.
That's the best kind.
No,
but
I
when
agree.
it's made incorrectly, it sucks.
It does. There is a distinguishing factor, although pumpkin pie is like choice. I do like pecan pie.
I don't care. It's both. It's both.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I care less about that one versus vacuuming versus sweeping. Oh my god. We're not going to go into that because it makes me crazy. Well, when people here call vacuuming sweeping, and I'm like...
They what?
To vacuum the floor, they'll call it sweeping.
That don't make no sense.
Right? That is not appropriate. It is called vacuuming.
I'm going to argue, though. You've always told me that a cookout's a barbecue, and a cookout is not a barbecue. A barbecue is barbecuing meat. You smoke it, you barbecue it. That ain't no... A barbecue is barbecued meat.
Okay.
A cookout is going out on the grill. And usually you make burgers and brats or something.
Okay. I use them interchangeably, but I will...
I know, it's a west side of the United States thing, because I've heard people in Texas call it a barbecue.
Yeah, okay. Well, because more often than not, people in Texas and Oklahoma... We have smokers that we bring to all cookouts and barbecues.
True. Yes, I've heard that.
So they're interchangeable essentially.
Yeah.
But yes, I can respect the difference.
I'm just saying around here, it don't make no sense if somebody calls it a barbecue because I'm like, you ain't got no smoker. What the fuck? And if they say come over to, we're gonna have a barbecue. We're making hamburgers and hot dogs. It's not a barbecue. If they say come over for a barbecue, we're making pulled pork. I'll be like. It is barbecue.
I want some barbecue.
I want some potato wedges, honestly. I want to go to a grocery store and just get all their potato wedges.
Yeah.
Some potato salad or something.
Oh, man.
But
hungry.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
I haven't eaten since like 2.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, no. Like, I'm a big believer in, like, there's a difference in vacuuming and sweeping, and I hate that
Those
everyone
are not
here.
the same thing.
I worked with so many people who were like, can you go sweep the floor, and then they will go vacuum after I just vacuumed, and I'm like, no, I was referring to sweeping the marble part of the floor that needs to be done with broom and dustpan. What the hell is wrong with you?
That's weird, yeah.
Yeah, like, so I will have to stop, go, hey, I need you to sweep the floor. With broom and dustpan. And, like, walk away.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm not about it.
I think because old vacuums were called sweepers, I think.
I guess here, not where I'm from, there were always vacuums.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, the thing is like, I can't say it's dialect to Oklahoma, because my mom's East Coast. My dad has been all over the place. Like, he was born in California, bumped around all over the U.S., lived in Canada, and then was in the military. So we're a little bit all over. But, like, other than, like, pop and soda, which everywhere I have lived, most people call it pop, my family calls it soda. So, essentially, it is soda.
I always say soda pop. And then I use it interchangeably.
Yeah. But, like...
Or I'll say carbonated beverage. I don't ever say Coke though, unless I mean Coke. That's the one thing.
No, I agree with that. I'm very much Coke is a Coke, but I will not call it carbonated beverage because carbonated water, like carbonated flavored water, ruins my day. Like, I hate it.
When I went to Germany, I misread something because they had the water labeled whether it was with gas or without it, and for whatever reason, they were the bottles. The bottles themselves that they were filling the glasses with were on two different sides.
Yeah.
But the glasses were all kind of together, and so I didn't really notice it because I'd just gotten up. It was like 7 in the morning, and I was tired as hell, and I was just like, I need water.
Yeah.
And I went and I grabbed one, and I took a giant swig of water, and I almost killed myself. Because all that gas got trapped, right in right in my chest. And I was like, holy crap, ow. Like, I had to sit at the table and go, ow, 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 ow. And the girl I was rooming with, she was like, you okay? I was like, I took a giant swig of bubbling water. Ow.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, I forgot. I didn't pay any attention. I suck.
Yeah, no, I am horribly against carbonated water. I'm also not a big fan of most flavored waters.
No.
If I want something in my water, if I want a freaking lemon in it, I will order lemonade. Don't put a slice of lemon in my water and be like, taste this off lemon over our gross tap.
To be fair, my assumption of how that's popular is water that ain't no good.
Yeah. Well,
and then they were like, we need to stick something in this because it tastes like ass.
Yeah, no, I just like my water to taste like water, whether or not my water tastes like ass or not.
Yeah, I mean...
I will make that call. I do not like things in my water. Like
I'm not a fan either.
Like when you go to a spa and like there's cucumber water, I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's weird.
No.
It's to look fancy. Or like,
so I'll get coffee, and then I'll feel guilty drinking coffee because then my hairdresser gets this close to my face and then asks me questions, and I'm like, I have coffee breath. Please don't do that.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh man. Yeah.
I always feel super bad because I'm like, I drink coffee because your alternative is cucumber water, and you probably shouldn't be that close to my face, or I'm just gonna start using a lot of H's to teach you a lesson.
Yeah, no kidding.
Have regular water.
Yeah, I like water too. Yeah. I don't usually, if I'm gonna get anything, if I want anything in my water, usually I'll buy lemonade packets.
Right.
You know,
I'll do like the vitamin C generic packets of flavoring for your water, and then you mix in for like
but that usually makes it like
that essentially makes it like a juice, or like Kool-Aid or whatever such nonsense, which I don't do a lot of, but like if I am in the mood, that's to the effect I'll go.
When your mom had a pitcher,
and
you just dumped like half the pitcher was full of sugar, and then you dumped this stuff in, and then it was water, and you're like, this is just sugar water.
Yeah.
That's colored.
Yeah, essentially, that's what most Kool-Aid drinks were. We didn't do a lot of Kool-Aids. My mom would brew tea, like old school brew tea, and we used to have a mint sprig in our backyard, and we would go pick mint, and they would include it in the tea. Like, they'd put a sprig of mint, and then they'd pour the tea, and you'd have minty tea. I'm not an iced tea drinker, so I was always like, hard pass.
Oh, I thought you were talking about hot tea.
No, they were doing it with like cold, like brewed
you mean
tea.
kerosene?
Yeah. Oh gosh, doesn't it taste like butt? I'm not a cold tea drinker.
I will drink cold tea if it's mixed with lemonade.
So an Arnold Palmer, but yeah.
Or if it has a ton of sugar in it.
Yeah.
But to me, classic iced tea tastes like kerosene.
Yeah.
How I imagine kerosene would taste like.
Yep,
I've smelled it, and you know, like when you smell things, you can taste it. Yeah. It's kind of the same feeling to me.
Yeah. No, my family all drinks unsweetened iced tea because they're East Coasters, and I am not about it. And I don't like iced tea to begin with, and I will certainly not drink it unsweetened.
Well, where I'm from, iced tea's still super popular, and everybody there's from Kentucky, so.
Yeah,
I'm from Missouri.
I'm not about it.
So
I will drink hot tea. I like hot tea.
Agreed.
I love mint. Mint tea is my jam. But like, if someone's like, here, you want a glass of iced tea? I'm like, I would rather die.
Do you have a lot of sugar? That would be my response.
Yeah.
So like, give me like 20 packets of sugar.
Yeah, no, I would rather lick the table.
I mean, if I was like...
Oh, no, correction. I would rather drink a Pepsi.
Ow, savage. No, if somebody like... If I was dehydrated and somebody handed me an iced tea, I'm not going to turn it down. Wow.
I'd have to... Like, if I was coming out of a desert, like... I've been lost for 4 days, and someone's like, all I have is this tea. I'd be like,
no, even if I was
fuck.
in like Bama or something and I was working
yeah.
and I was just sweating my balls off or something, and somebody just handed me an iced tea, I'd be like, I guess this is what I'm drinking. I'd drink it in sips because there's only so much I can handle, but I'd be like, it'd get to be like beer for me probably. I'd get accustomed to the taste and then I'd just drink it. But like I didn't have it growing up, so I didn't
Well,
care.
yeah, well, and to be fair, if you're gonna be like working in Bama and someone's gonna hand you a tea, it's gonna be sweet as fuck.
That's true. But like my mom doesn't like cold ice, like
yeah.
cold iced tea.
Yeah.
Or cold iced tea. No shit. She didn't like iced tea, so
Yeah.
like she never made it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So like when I finally got, to be, not a toddler anymore,
Yeah.
and people started trying to hand me iced tea, I was like, ew.
Yeah.
Because my mom was like, don't give her a ton of sugar. So like 9 years old, they're like handing me plain iced tea, and I'm like,
Oh.
gross.
Hard pass.
I'm like, this
Glass of
tastes
water,
like
please.
butt. This
Yeah.
tastes like the flood water
Yeah.
that you just put in the fridge.
Yeah, no, I'm not about it. It tastes bad. I'm not about it.
I don't know. It's a mixture of oil and something else, sure.
Yeah, I will drink coffee. I will drink the cheapest coffee you have. And I will do
I
it.
can't even do it.
Yeah, I will do it with a smile. But like, do not hand me iced tea. I will not touch it. I will look at it and I will scoot it away. And I will wait till you bring me something else.
Don't bring me... Just stick with don't bring me brown homemade drinks.
Yeah.
To just, if it came in a can or a bottle, maybe.
I also
like soda?
thoroughly avoid fruit punch. Just because once you vomit fruit punch,
Yeah,
you
you told me that.
you never are okay with it again.
Yeah,
It is not something.
And if you have to down it for any reason a lot,
Well-
it's almost the same experience. It's
Yeah.
not like as bad. You can have it eventually.
Yeah.
But like I don't remember if I was working carpentry or what, but there was some point where I got super dehydrated. And
Yeah.
the only thing there was cold fruit punch.
Yeah.
And like that's just what it got.
Yeah.
And I tried not to drink it too fast because you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
But even then, like
Yeah.
it's so strong.
Yeah.
And so thick that
Yeah.
it was like,
What?
yeah, I was like hurting. I was
Yeah.
like, I to some extent I just needed regular water, but I was
Yeah.
like, there's no water, so this is
Yeah.
what I get.
Yeah. No. I to this day Again, if someone handed me a fruit punch, I would probably accept the fruit punch to the same way you would accept the tea, but I'd be like,
Do you have a straw? And can I sip it? Can I drink this in 3 hours?
yeah.
Like-
This will last me a week. But
No.
thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like because like they'll have like fruit punch at like work events, and I'm like,
Oh, hard pass.
I'm fine, thanks.
Ooh.
You know the fruit punch is free, and I'm like, I will go buy something to drink. I will go buy water, which I typically don't do, but like I will go buy water.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I avoid fruit punch where I can, just because again, once you throw it up, it's never the same. And there's like few other things that like I don't drink.
Yeah, I used to drink energy drinks. I don't anymore. I don't think I could handle it now.
Yeah.
It's a lot of caffeine. Like a crap ton. Like I try to limit pop. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't. There's certain energy drinks, very very specific brands, but like I'm not like an energy drink connoisseur. So I'm not like, and I'm also not depraved enough
you just
to
have
be
like
like
a little like medicine cup, and you're just like, yes, quite a interesting aroma. And you just spit it back out. It's like a wine tasting. You
yeah.
just go to like energy drink tasting.
Yeah.
I
The
drank one at school at one point. I got like a 16-ounce one or something ridiculous.
Yeah, you would
Because I had no sleep. Because freaking at Blockbuster,
Yeah.
they wanted me to stay for inventory, which I had no problem with. But I was
Right.
there till like 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah,
so I went home. I took a shower. I woke up at 6.
yeah.
I went to the gas station, got a 16-ounce,
Huh.
drove me and all my cousins to school, and drank that over the course of the morning.
Uh-huh.
And apparently, I think at some point one of my classmates got me to say the alphabet, and I did it in like a few seconds or something ridiculous.
What?
Like, I could not calm down. Like,
Yeah.
I was obviously very hyper, and they were
Yeah.
like, wow. And I was talking super fast.
Yeah.
But, like...
I could do very, very, very specific kind. Like, mostly their sugar-free ones are pretty decent for me. They don't have that same cough syrup essence effect that I'm like, what? Nope. Although, to be fair, my experience with cough syrup is I drank a majority of a bottle of Robitussin and then had to go get my stomach pumped.
Oh, no.
Because I was homesick with my mom and I was watching Ferngully. And you know that scene in Ferngully where they all are partying?
Yeah, when he sings Land of a Thousand Dances.
Yeah. So, essentially, I was watching that scene and I kept rewinding it. And I was like, I want to look like one of the fairies. So I still had a cough. So I went and I was like, I'm going to go drink this Robitussin because it's going to make me feel better. So I drank the Robitussin.
Oh, dear.
Covered my arms in marker because I wanted to have the cool stripy tattoos that they had in the fairy dance.
Oh, my God.
And then got fucked up on Robitussin. And, like, my mom came in with me covered in marker and just messed up. And they had to take me back to the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, almost forgot. Gotta tip a pocket. Gotta pick a topic.
Yes. Okay, do you want to spin?
Wait. This was, I think, a rando.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was not
do we want to rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, I
see
think-
how many times we'll get it in a row?
I think that's what we decided. We were gonna see who won and then go from there.
Oh, Lord.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, God.
Rock,
Paper, scissors, shoot.
You win.
Okay.
I was like, I almost went for paper, and I was like, no, go against your instincts.
That's great. I'm so happy for us. Okay, so it's an orange. What
Who's that?
kind of orange?
I don't know.
Orange 12.
Girlfriend, go pick that.
Okay.
Wait, that's a blankie.
Oh, is it a blank?
Go again.
Why are we full of disappointments? Sweden!
It's okay.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, go back in, blue. Okay. Purple 6.
We have blue balls.
We do.
Purple.
Oh, okay.
Good. It's up there. Great.
It's up there. Okay, so what is this? What are you little blue shenanigan?
What is the next one?
Holy sweet God, what is this? It's a
Oh.
Holly topic.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
It's okay. I'm a pre-Civil War president, and I do what I want.
Okay.
So that's our next time.
So I'm a pre-Civil War president, and I do what I want. Are we supposed to find a president from that time frame?
Yeah.
And
No, this is not if you were a pre-Civil War president. This is go find a pre-Civil War president and just go find shit that's weird.
Oh, I know exactly who I'm gonna get. I'm very excited.
Oh man, I hope we don't do the same person. But if we do, it'll be fun. Yeah, I don't know who I'm gonna do, but I was like, post-Civil War's no fun. Because that's what everybody knows about. I'm nobody thinks about the others.
Oh,
the first 15 or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And you cannot pick Abe Lincoln right before the Civil War started. That does not count.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay.
No, I wasn't.
He is Civil War president at the start. Thereafter.
Yeah.
No.
I to be fair, I'm going to say this. As an actual president with policies, he was only okay. But, like, as a president, he didn't do a lot other than essentially sign the Emancipation Proclamation. It's late. And that was great, and that was a good piece of history.
New piece of history, ladies and gentlemen. Abraham Lincoln signed the Declaration of Independence. He said, let me see that shit, and he got his hands on it because he's the president of the United States, and then he signed it.
well, do you know who was the first person to sign the Declaration of Independence?
It wasn't Hancock, right?
It was not. It was Caesar Rodney, which is why Delaware is the first state. And the reason he signed it is because he was, like, dying of cancer anyway, so he's like, fuck it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But that's why Delaware's the first state, is because their state representative was the first one to sign the Declaration of Independence.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And that's also who's on the Delaware coin. It's not Paul Revere. Paul Revere was not from Delaware. The person on the Delaware coin is Caesar Rodney. Okay, we're good.
Alright. Fun fact for the day.
Fun fact!
Okay.
Alright, so we have to find a pre-Civil War president and write about their shenanigans.
Or,
I am stoked.
Yeah?
I am
You like
get
this one?
stoked. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is the kind of shit. I mean, I have a few like this, so
Yeah.
you'll be excited, I think.
Yeah. Well, because, like, older presidents were, like...
Badass.
Yeah, they were. They were hardcore.
They were like, I don't give a shit.
Like, this is a popularity contest, and I got this because I either killed a bunch of people...
Yeah, no kidding.
or was, like, super good at, like, one thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, yeah, no, like... I'm down for this.
Oh yeah, I think I know who I'm gonna look at, but I don't know if they actually did anything interesting.
Yeah,
like because I mean, in even in my U.S. history class, they didn't deep dive enough to know too much, and it was extremely biased.
Yeah.
So there's also that.
We never read the history. Oh yeah, no, I'm excited for this one. This one's a good
awesome.
one. Okay, so
Great.
I'm gonna make a note of that. Okay, no, actually, I should write this down.
Yep. Episode 2. Okay, so yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, bye.
Bye.